Today I'm out at a brand new location, the Giants Cauldron. It's an exploration trip to see what this place is like, but as always, I'm kind of hoping I might be able to get some images along the way. I hope you'll enjoy the video. If you do, don't forget to give it a like, and of course, if you're new here, hit subscribe before you go. Hi everyone, thanks for joining me. So since I made the move to a different area, I've really wanted to go and explore some of the new places around here, but the challenge has been it's been too hot. Now it's still pretty warm today. I think we're still looking at sort of 28, 29 degrees this afternoon, but hopefully it's cooled down enough that a modest little wander around somewhere isn't going to be too bad. So I've come out to a location which translates to the Giants Cauldron. I mean, I guess it could be the Giants boiler or the Giants cooking pot, but I think Giants Cauldron sounds better. I'm not really sure what's here. Initial impressions are we've got lots of sort of like pine woodland. I think there's supposed to be like a gorge running through here, and there's supposed to be an area with some kind of pools of water after rain, and we have had quite a bit of rain over the last few days. We had a couple of storms come through, but whether it's lasted, you know, in sort of the couple of dry days in between or not, I don't know. So this is partly an a scouting trip to see what's here, but also I'm hoping that I might manage to get some images along the way. I'm not sure what the terrain's like, so I've come, equipped, proper hiking boots, and I've got my backpack. So if I do get some awkward terrain, I'm not having to deal with a lopsided shoulder bag, messenger bag type thing. The only thing is I've left my video tripod at home, and that was the only tripod I was bringing because any photography I'm doing today I was planning to do handheld. So video is going to be a little bit more of a challenge. It'll have to be all handheld stuff, so we'll see how that works out. Anyway, I'm going to push on and see what I can find. Okay, kind of meandering path through here at the moment. It's pretty well marked. There's posts with like little stripes on, and occasionally you see the stripes painted on rocks or something on the side. So it's pretty easy to follow, but as to where it's taking me, I don't know. A little side path going off here. I'm going to go and have a little look, see what's down there, I think. Okay, well I found like one little bit of water in this kind of side bit off of the track, but I'm not honestly seeing much in the way photographically here. Like a lot of the woodland stuff around here, it's quite scrubby and not particularly photogenic. I don't know if you're the same, but when it comes to exploring a new location, when you arrive, there's kind of a sense of excitement and anticipation. And then as you start to explore, if it doesn't immediately start to deliver, there's this kind of feeling like maybe, it's a bit of a letdown. And it's really easy at that point, if you're not careful, to just say, actually, I'll give up and go somewhere else. But it's worth persevering. I've been walking now for, I don't know, probably about half an hour, 35 minutes. And I've seen a few things that I thought, yeah, might work, but nothing that's really grabbed me. And then I stopped to have a drink and turned around and looked back the way that I'd just walked, which I've been doing periodically anyway. And I've seen something which, because of the way the light is falling, which is coming from very high up, I think might work, particularly if I go for something quite contrasty. So I'll try and show you on here if I can. Basically there's like a little sapling type tree sticking out here with lots of bright green on it. And in the background, partly kind of hidden by another tree growing up, there's another sort of small tree with bright green. Now those greens are quite bright and vivid because of the light. Everything else is quite muted and there's quite a lot of nice shadow. So I'm thinking a telephoto shot with the foreground tree on the right hand side of the frame and then that background tree over on the left. Probably quite contrasty. So we'll give that a go. Grab the camera. So I am going to bring my ISO up just to about 400. F11 for plenty of depth of field. And then just try and make sure that I've got some separation between the bright greens on the foreground tree and the darker greens on the back. I can go for a fairly dark exposure. High speed continuous shooting, focused on the foreground tree. Okay, I've come along to an area where there's quite a lot of water. I mean, it's not deep water. There's some sort of like rocky channels that has got some kind of orangey coloured water in, which is perhaps a bit weird. I'm assuming it's something leaching out of the ground. And then along here, and it's looking like the trail might get a bit tricky to follow. I'm going to be honest, there were a couple of points further along when I was getting a bit concerned that I'd lost the trail. I don't want to do that because otherwise I'm going to have a hell's own job getting back again. There's some weird kind of thing here. Looks like it might be some kind of memorial or something to somebody, I don't know. So like some clothes and a bag and a hat and glasses and then a picture. As I walked down here, there was a couple of things that I thought might be worth shooting, so I'm going to start heading back this way and maybe have a go at shooting them. So there are some quite nice trees kind of up here, and I can get reflections of them in this little bit of water. If I get very low down, I'm not going to be able to get the tops of the trees in, but I'm not too worried about that. I'm going to end up with the camera almost in the water. Probably about, I'm going to keep my ISO at 400. Keep 1/125th of a second at f11. I'm at 11mm. About a fisheye. Give it a go. Got to try and make sure I don't get my own shadow in the shot. So it means being off to one side a bit and also picking my position. This is a manual lens. Okay, I've come along to these kind of little gully channel things here, and this is probably going to be as far as I go. I think I'm going to be turning back now. But I wanted to get a shot here. I'm going to do a shot with the fisheye lens. Now the challenge is going to be that the sun is over that way and my shadow is going to be in it. But if I shoot the other way, I'm going to be shooting towards the sun, and I'm not sure that there's an easy way in there. So let's have a little look and see. Okay, the real challenge is trying to get a shot without my shadow in it. I was thinking first of all of getting very close in, but almost impossible to avoid having the shadow in there. I'm going to try a few different compositions and show you whichever one, or maybe ones, I think works the best. Now I'm going to try some with the 11 to 22 lens on. Might be a bit easier. Okay, well I'm well on my way back now. It's getting quite hot and quite humid. Total walk will be probably around 7.5 kilometres there and back. Now that's not a massively long walk under normal circumstances, but when it's hot and humid, that's kind of pushing up to my limits, I think. So I'm hoping I've got a few images. As for this location, I'm glad I've come and explored it, and it might be somewhere to come and do some more exploring when it's cooler, you know, maybe in the winter months. But as far as coming back here for sunrise and sunset, no. It's the areas that are close to where you can park are not that interesting, and to get to the areas that might be interesting at sunrise and sunset, it's quite a long walk. And if I'm honest, some of the terrain, although it's easy enough to do in, you know, broad daylight, I wouldn't fancy doing it in the winter, in the dark, you know, by torchlight. So that's it. I'm going to wrap this video up. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, don't forget to give it a like, share, leave me a comment, let me know what you think. If you've enjoyed this video and you're new here, don't forget to hit subscribe before you go. And as always, I really appreciate you taking the time to watch, so thank you very much. And until the next video, bye.